Hello. How's everybody doing today? I just have to do a few things on my end to make sure that this live gets shared in all the places. So sending a little wave to everybody. Welcome in. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and get settled in. Um, and I'm sharing it in the groups now. Welcome in, guys. How's everybody doing? Mhm. So I'm so excited that on Monday, I'm going to be starting a new challenge. This is a 10-day challenge. And for those of you who have been in my challenges and you're like, oh my God, that's so much. It's not going to take there's not going to be lives for 2 hours every single day. What I love about the spreads challenges, and this is going to be a spreads challenge, is you guys get a spread every single day. You can do your reading, you can share your interpretation. There's a lot less like training and things like that. So it takes up a lot less time every single day, and you get to practice reading with spreads, which is really fun. I may go live a few times during the event, and especially depending on what you guys want or need from me. If you're here with me, send a little wave. We have a couple comments. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Vanessa. How are you guys? Okay, sorry. I am just doing all of the things real quick before we get started. But you guys specifically requested a manifestation challenge for that challenge. So that's really exciting. So we will be tackling 10 manifestation spreads. And I did it a little bit differently this time. So for those of you who have been in one of the spreads challenges, these ones are a little bit more like a story. So I'm really excited about that. A little bit more of a story that we're kind of meandering through over the 10 days. But this is the Q&A. So I do a weekly Q&A in the High Priestess Tarot School, and once a month I like to open up that Q&A to everybody. So we have some other people joining us. We have the Learn Tarot and Magic group. We have the YouTube. So if you're here joining us, welcome in. Like I said, I do host this every week. Feel free to drop a question. So if anybody here has any questions, go ahead and drop it in the chat. And let's go ahead and get started. Carrie, are you asking about the 10-day challenge? So the 10-day challenge, I think I usually post the spreads at around 9 a.m., something like that. If you're in the group, you'll have the community aspect as well. So if you haven't signed up for that, please sign up so that you can join the Facebook group and kind of get everything that there is involved. But the spreads will be sent out via email. They're going to be posted in the group. They're going to be posted here on my business page, YouTube, everywhere. You'll be able to find the spreads everywhere. But if you want to have that community experience, feel free to join us in the group. And I will be letting the people in. We have about 300 people who've joined the group now, and I'll be letting them in on Sunday. Hello, how is everybody? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Does anybody have any questions? So, I wanted to give you guys a chance to ask any questions real quick. One of the things that we're going to be doing on this Q&A is creating a spread for the new moon. So, if you want to hang out for that, we'll be doing that in this live. But I want to give you guys a chance to ask any questions that you have before we get started with that. So if anybody has any questions, please drop it in the chat. And then we'll start creating a new moon spread. Oh, and also I wanted to highlight, we did have a couple of questions about some of the freebies for June in the High Priestess Tarot School portal. Um, how how often do you read for yourself? Is that what you're saying, Charlie? How often do you read for yourself? I'd say like once a day is a really good amount of times. I usually if I'm seeking guidance on something or if I'm like considering a decision and I want to think about it in a different way, then I'll just do one. But honestly, since for a while now, I haven't really had a daily practice, although it's really good, especially when you're learning tarot, to have a daily tarot practice. Um, and so I think daily would be great if you have time for it, and especially if you're learning. Any other questions, guys? Oh, James, that's okay. That happens. That happens. Just trying to get in the portal real quick. My Chrome crashed. So I'm using a different browser now. Okay, so like I said, we had a couple questions about some of the freebies that we added to the portal this month. So let's talk about those freebies real quick. Here we have our June digital downloads. So we have the tarot cheat sheet. This is the 8.5 by 11 version of the tarot cheat sheet, and it includes um, lots of great uh, uh, keywords. It's got upright keywords, it's got reverse keywords, element, the sign, and or the astrology of it, and whether it's a yes or a no. So if you're somebody who reads yeses and nos, we'll just show you kind of here on the sun. If you're somebody who reads yeses and nos, there's, the sun is a yes card. For the upright keywords, we have light, radiance, illumination, reversed, false impressions, fogginess, and sadness, element fire, sign is sun. So, like astrology is sun, and it's a yes card. And so, this is a really great guide, especially if you want to just kind of have something on your desk or even post it on the wall next to your reading space so that you have all of that data right there at a glance. It can be really nice, especially if you have learned to read with your keywords, but you're using a different deck that doesn't have your keywords on it. I use something similar, not nearly so pretty or fancy, for a long time when I first learned how to read, and I was reading with new decks on live, and so it was always really nice to have a little cheat sheet right there. We've got the Badass Manifester printed affirmation cards. These do have profanity in them. They're really great. But the thing that we got the most questions on is this tarot reader mock-up. So in this tarot reader mock-ups, we have PNG files of all 40 of the designs, and we have the Canva template mock-up. So let me show you what these look like. Can I go through there? Can I just kind of tab through each of them? That's only number 5. That's strange. PNG file. Download? Maybe if I download. That is only one file. So there should be... Oh, no. Okay. Sorry. No, this is just the one. The Tarot Practice Academy got all 40. Okay, so here you have a PNG file for the mock-up. So you can use this on any designs. You can use this on website designs, anything that you want. It's just an image. And we also have the Canva mock-up template. And this is where you could put your own items into that Canva file. So If you're a deck designer, if you have an oracle deck or a tarot deck you've created and you'd like it to be on this beautiful layout, you can actually edit this template here in Canva and add your own card designs to it. So we have the PNG file, so the image file that you can use for anything, and we also have the mockup. A mockup is technically something that you could put your own stuff into to make it your own, if that makes sense. And then lastly, we also have the business card template. And once again, this is a Canva template that you can really make your own. And I have got a few questions about this too. So at the very minimum, you may want to put your name, and all you have to do is just kind of type it in when you're on Canva. You can use this for um, a free Canva account. So you're going to put all of your information in here. If you want to change the font, you can do that. If you want to change the colors of anything, you can do that as well to really make it your own. You could put your social media handle right here. And if you've never generated one of these before, QR codes, you can do those for free on Bitly. It's always really great to have something on your business card that somebody can go to, whether that's your website or maybe you have a page where they can book readings with you. All you have to do is plug the link that you want to direct them to into Bitly and have it generate a QR code, and you can do that for free. Also, you can get your business cards printed from Canva. Excellent quality. I'd say even better than my printer, and the pricing is really great too. So after you upload this into Canva and you make all of your edits, you can actually order from Canva. You can see $16 for 50 business cards. Not too bad. Okay, Vanessa says, if you have a regular client and their family member or friend wants a reading, can this create conflict? I know some professionals won't see others if they hold a client. How do you navigate this? Yeah, I think that there's a lot of ways that reading for people that you work with, for example, and maybe if you work another job, um, or people who are friends and family of current clients. I think the biggest thing is to make sure that they know that everything is going to be very confidential. And also, I think I personally would refuse to talk about the other within the session. As well. I would say something like, "I don't feel comfortable talking about this other person," or something like that, but I think as long as it's unrelated and it's not necessarily about their relationship, I think you could be okay, but if you have a bad experience with one, you can risk, losing another client, so that's totally up to you and something that you'll kind of have to feel out, Vanessa, in terms of, like, how comfortable you feel with it and what boundaries or guidelines you'd like to place on that sort of relationship if you have one. One of the best ways to get new clients is referrals. So you don't want to completely close yourself off to all friends and family because that's basically saying I don't accept referrals. And that's word of mouth is one of the best ways to get new clients. So, oh, you're welcome, Stacy. So, yeah, I think just, like, sitting down with yourself and creating a list of boundaries that you want to hold when something like that happens, and sometimes you're not even gonna know, right? There's gonna be somebody who books in with you who happens to be someone's friend. They may not even tell you. Um, yeah, James, I think similar guidelines as counseling could be okay, but I mean, honestly, I don't know if a counselor would take a family member. Um, you know what I mean? Like, I know that they don't take couples, especially when you're dealing with relationship issues. Um, I have a rather silly questions. No question is silly. I was wondering if I'm supposed to share the social media campaign for Manifestation May in the group each time I make a post. I don't want to inundate you with too much, but I also would like to include everyone if it's an interest. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe just dropping a little post in Tarot Practice Academy and saying, "Hey, do you guys want me to share all of my social media campaign in there with you, you're more than welcome to. The Tarot Practice Academy is really meant for community and sharing, and we get ideas from each other as well. So somebody cheering on your social media campaign, seeing exactly what you're posting throughout this month for that social media campaign that you created in May, I think is really wonderful. And if you are concerned about, people not wanting it, then just ask in the group and see what people say. I'm sure that there's plenty of people that would love to see all the posts. Oh, James is suggesting creating a form um, of expectations to give out to people when they know each other. That could be good. It could be a really nice way to really solidify those boundaries and expectations. I like that. Okay, are we ready to create a spread? Charlie asked for a new moon spread. So, Charlie, if you're still here with us, I know you were here a minute ago. Would you like a new moon spread or a new moon in Gemini spread? How do we want this to be a spread that we can use every new moon, or do we want it just for this new moon? I thought it would be really fun to create it together here on the Q&A. Is there anybody here who's created spreads before? No preference? Does anybody else have a preference? Would you like to do it for all of the new moons or just for this new moon? You have Stacy, you have Carrie, James has it. So one of the coolest things that we can do for our business is to create signature spreads. And in Magic and Intuition Mastery, we do have creating your signature spread workshop, which was really great. So you can always really dive deep into how I create my spread. So you get this really cool workbook that walks you through designing a spread and some of the things that I really think about when I'm creating a spread. There's also some layouts and ideas for you. Um, but we're going to kind of make one together today. And the thing about creating signature spreads for your business is it adds your unique touch, but you can also really create something that is very in line with what your ideal client needs. And that's going to make that spread and your reading so much more valuable to them and them much more likely to book in with your services. Oh, you make them as gifts. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going, guys. Let's get started. So, whenever I'm considering creating a spread, one of the things that I always think about is like, what is the spread for? And so, new moons are all about setting intentions and new beginnings. And I kind of like to stick to the first question is usually something about like the current energy. The second question might be another question that's kind of about the current energy, like getting really clear on something. The third one could be obstacles, and the fourth one is action steps. And so with this one, I definitely think something could be some sort of an intention could be on one of the first couple. So um, what are some possible spread questions, guys? Help me create the spread. What can I focus on to embrace the new moon energy? Yes. What energy can I look out for this month? Mhm. Any other ideas, guys? So I'm going to take Charlie's question here and I'm going to plug it into this number 4 spot because I like the question something like, what outcome can I expect over this moon cycle? How can I rise with the new moon? What's the best thing to focus on? How can I plant my seeds for the next month? I like that one a lot, Storm. Okay, so we definitely have what to focus on. We have plant my seeds. Perfect. So we definitely have 2 here. So what's a good question that could be maybe putting intentions in here could be something along the lines of what intention am I ready to step into this moon cycle? Or what intention am I ready to set in this moon cycle? And then what can I focus my energy on to best achieve this intention? And then we have one more. So we have kind of the planting my seeds. We have the what to focus on. Oh, I like that, especially for a three spot, Charlie. What can I leave behind from last moon cycle? And it looks like, does it look like that is bolded? There we go. Okay, so how does that sound? What intention am I ready to set this moon cycle? What can I focus my energy on to best achieve this intention? What can I leave behind from last moon cycle? I think let's change these two, the order. I think would be better with this one and then this one. Okay, do you guys want to try it out while we're here on the live? I'm going to go ahead and download it. But would you guys like to pull some cards on it now and share your results in the chat? And I'll also post this in the High Priestess Tarot School group. Do you guys need it any bigger than this, or is this good? Let me know if you need me to share that with you guys again. I was just going to post this real fast. Okay, I think this is better to see too. All right, so Charlie says 4 major arcana cards. Oh my goodness. 4 major cards. Okay, 4 of Cups, the Fool, the Empress, and the Hermit. Wow. So does it resonate, Charlie? Oh, no worries, James. Okay, 3 major arcana cards. Yeah, that's awesome. So the 4 of Cups, what intention am I ready to set? Maybe the 4 of Cups could be like noticing the opportunities coming your way, finding fun and enjoyment out of everyday life. Number 2, what can I leave behind? The Fool could be, I would probably read that as something like not taking risks, feeling worried about taking risks. Number 3, the Empress, what can I focus my energy on? That could be nurturing, self-nurturing, creation. Maybe some of those opportunities are creation. What outcome can I expect, the Hermit? Oh, I love that. Great job. Carrie, 9 wands, 3 pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Sun. Oh, amazing. The Sun for an outcome card is awesome. Have you been enjoying the outdoors, Carrie? I've definitely been spending a lot of time outside with the birds. Started a little bird watching. Empress, 8 of Cups, 8 of Coins, and Chariot. Hi, Brandy. Do you mean you can't see the questions? I could switch back over to over here if you guys can't see the questions. Never give up. Do what you love. Focus on being bold and optimistic and enjoy the sun. Oh, I love it. King of Swords, Queen of Wands, 10 of Cups, and Judgment. Wow. Lots of court cards in there, Storm. So many of you guys have told me in the tarot practice sessions that reading the court cards is so much easier now that you have finished Majestic Priestess Path. So those of you who went through that training, great job. I know it was kind of an in-depth training, and you guys all did amazing. Yeah, the layout is right here. If you want to take that screenshot real quick. Great job, guys. All right, so any other questions before we wrap up for today? I think we covered all the questions that were dropped in the group. Number 2 is pretty on the nose, Stacy. I love that. James, are you talking about the Majestic Priestess Path? Because you were there every day, weren't you? You did awesome. Any other questions before I wrap up, guys? And I have posted that spread in the High Priestess Tarot School group already. I will also post it in the Learn Tarot group real quick. Oh no, Brandy, this is just the Q&A for the week. We do a weekly Q&A in the High Priestess Tarot School, and The first Thursday of every month, I open it up to the public. So this is the public Q&A. Oh, that's okay, James. Oh, Charlie, I love the way you phrase your responses, like step into, focus on. Can I post something that can help me think more like that? Yeah, I've thought about creating like a instead of this sort of worksheet. Um, oh, I think I could make a post on it really quick, but I think the biggest things are taking away what do I need to? So like get need to out of your spreads. Get should out of your spreads. You don't need to should on yourself. You don't need to tell yourself what you need to do. The whole world is always telling us what we should do, what we need to do, what we have to do. And it feels very shameful. These are the things you're doing wrong. We don't want to tell ourselves these are the things that we do wrong all the time during our spreads, during our readings. It's just going to feel heavy and crappy. And if you're reading for others, you're just gonna be another source of somebody telling them everything that they're doing wrong. If you're using the language of should and need to, and, so one of the things that I really like to do is, I invite people to an energy, so you're being invited to so even if you get a tower, right? Which is a really heavy energy. I do mention the heavy energy. I do mention, hey, there's some things coming up. It looks like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of changes that maybe you didn't even anticipate. And they're like, yeah, this happened and this happened and this happened. Well, the invitation in this card, so we acknowledge where we're at with the tower, right? With the sort of negative energies. But then we move to invitation. The invitation in the tower card is to allow yourself to let go of what's falling away and to come into alignment with your highest good. So we can take a card that's as heavy and hard as the tower and really transform it into this invitation for something that's really beautiful and a beautiful part of a person's life. Even though it's hard in the moment, when we're focused on that alignment, then we're going to find it a lot faster. And so, one thing that we can do for ourselves or our clients is really focus on the invitation of each card, not focusing on sort of the energy of the card necessarily. We can acknowledge that energy, but then really shifting into, okay, there's a heavy energy coming up for me. What's the intention? What's that invitation that I can move into? Don't shit on yourself. Don't. And I find myself doing it sometimes every now and then too. It's not something that we can change overnight. This is a way that we are programmed to think and speak. So be gentle on yourself when you do it. But when you do catch yourself, change it up. So instead of what should I, what can I? What can I do? How can I achieve this result? Not what should I be doing? Yeah, love the Tower and the Death card. Honestly, I don't love the Tower card. I don't love being out of control in my life. So Tower moments get really hard for me and really emotional for me. But I do love that when things fall away, then we're getting into alignment. I always look at the death card as great. Transformation is always good. And when I think about the death card specifically, I think about a butterfly emerging from a cocoon. It's a sort of transformation that we're not going to want to go back from. So this isn't the type of transformation that we didn't want or plan or actually didn't even work hard for. If you think about the butterfly coming out of its cocoon, it spent months in that cocoon. It spent a long time building the cocoon. It spent all of this time facilitating that transformation, and a lot of energy and thought and effort has been put into becoming of the butterfly. It's no different for us. If we want to transform ourselves in our life, it takes diligent focus, effort, um, intentions, actions, alignment with energy. It takes all of that to create that transformational moment. So to me, the death card will always be a great card that signifies a lot of hard work and effort that has culminated in a beautiful transformation. But yeah, I think that with any card, there is always a way to frame it that makes it feel good and makes it feel like a warm invitation. Are there any other questions, guys? You guys did great today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Stacy with Stacy's butterfly. I love it. You're so welcome, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Also, if you haven't registered for the free 10-day event, do so ASAP, and I will see you in that group in just a couple of days. Bye.